Christmas time at Walker Manor had never been as festive as it was with Ophelia Duffy in residence. She was like a Christmas elf with her decorating skills and insisted decking the halls from top to bottom, inside and out. She somehow convinced my stoic uncle to hire a crew to hang white outdoor lights around every inch of the manor, giving it a festive luminosity I was sure could be seen from the International Space Station. I met Ophelia in Istanbul when we killed demons together. Her shimmering sword was a High Lord killer, and so she became a permanent member of my team. She moved into Walker Manor after returning from Istanbul with me. I had to admit, I was impressed with her decoration skills. Perhaps she was meant to shower all us Scrooges in Walker Manor with good tidings and cheer. When I lived in Walker Manor as a teen, I didn't recall a time there was anything more than a modest decorated tree in the parlor. Nothing like what Ophelia managed to accomplish in less than a week. Beribboned and lit garland wound down the banister. Mistletoe hung in the entryway to the library. I made a concerted effort to steer way clear of the abomination hanging in the doorway in light of recent events with Kincade. Ah, Kincade. He and I had a strange relationship. Not really friends, but I traded the spear of destiny to Azrael for his soul anyway. We'd had a moment where I thought he was going to kiss me and didn't. I had unresolved feelings about that. Christmas trees lit up the parlor and the library. The fireplace in the library was decked out in garland and lights and decorated with stocking hangers spelling out the words Joy and Noel. She'd even managed to make red and white stockings with all our names on them and hung them. I was baffled as I peered at them, wondering how she managed to pull that off. There was one for Edward, Ophelia, me, Kincade, Gideon, Gilly. Even Piers the butler had a stocking. 3 miniature trees adorned with gold ribbon and twinkle lights dominated the entryway. The plain white tablecloth on the dining table was replaced by a festive green and plaid one. Gold placemats were positioned at every place sitting. She'd even found a red and white sleigh and made it a centerpiece with a gorgeous winter-themed flower arrangement. Christmas was everywhere. I stood in the foyer at the foot of the stairs looking at all the trimmings, wondering how she'd managed to sweet-talk Edward into letting her decorate with reckless abandon, when I spied the tiny bunch of mistletoe with a red bow hanging from the middle of the parlor doorway. She was the sneaky one. What was next? Carols, eggnog, and gay apparel? Isn't it great? Ophelia bounded down the stairs and halted next to me to admire her handiwork. Her girl next door face beamed so bright with joy it was hard not to smile in return. It's nice. Nice? She huffed. That's all I get for my efforts? Nice? I peered at the Christmas tree in the parlor with its dancing twinkle lights. Blue and silver balls and tinsel adorned the branches. A blue velvet tree skirt completed the look. How did you manage to talk Edward into paying for it all? She blinked surprise. Are you kidding? All the decorations were in the attic. I made the stockings. She beamed with pride. Now I blinked in surprise. In the attic? Since when do you nose around the attic? Since Gideon kicked my ass and I needed a break from training. She rolled her left shoulder. I'm still sore. I could relate. Gideon was the on-site trainer with his twin sister Gilly. I steered clear of them since my return from Istanbul because I wasn't a glutton for punishment. I found all these decorations in tubs. Someone took great care in organizing them and labeling everything. Someone who loved Christmas, she said. Huh. That someone wasn't Edward. I'd never seen most of this stuff. I moved here from Dallas when I was 13, and we had the modest Christmas celebrations. Usually it was just me and Uncle Edward. Sometimes a few other family members made an appearance, but never a house full of people, and Christmas morning was low-key. There was no Christmas magic, no leaving cookies and waiting up for Santa because I knew he didn't exist from the time I was young. Maybe that's what I needed, what we needed, a little Christmas magic and belief in Santa. Well, it's lovely. You did a great job. I looked at her, smiled. You like it? Even the mistletoe? She batted her long dark lashes and gave me a mischievous grin. I narrowed my gaze. What are you trying to pull here? She put on her best innocent look. Oh, nothing. Just trying to move things along. What things? My voice was laced with suspicion. You know, things. She shrugged. I didn't like what she was getting at. She saw me and Kincade together far too much.